Hey, what's up? Happy Easter. Happy Easter. So you guys caught me when I'm about to eat my Activia. Yeah, it's like a yogurt. Okay, it's vanilla flavor. I love my Activia. This is very good for the urinary tract and the vagina. Trust me. If you can manage to eat this on an empty stomach before you eat anything else, and wait a little bit. Eat it and then chill a little bit. Not even that long. If you want to eat the rest of your breakfast or whatever, or something else, fine. But this is good. And even if you stop eating at a certain time at night to help with weight loss and things of that nature, you can eat this like before bed or something. Let's say you stop eating by 7. You can eat this before bed. Let's say you go to bed around 9 or whatever, 10. It'll have a very good result too. Listen, you'll be fresher, smell fresher, feel fresher. Okay. Anyways, let me keep on. Because in the last reading I did, I talked about Gemini's there being a certain a discrepancy. There's a certain type of discrepancy that's going on with you in a particular relationship or person right now. Okay? Hey, I'm continuing this storyline. And if it's not your storyline, don't make it fit. Because I feel like what happens with people in readings a lot of the times is influenced. Now, you're going to always find people that relate to what it is that you're talking about. So don't get me wrong. But a lot of times there is a lack of bottom line understanding of what the situation is that's going on. And we're ultimately learning a lesson. If you could just really think of it that way, I'm not saying that it stops all pain, but what it does is, okay, listen, y'all ready? What it does is it starts to do something very interesting. It starts to emotionally detach us from what's going on. And you can really just sit back and laugh at it and laugh at the fact that it has no power over you versus being submerged into confusion and doubt and whatever, being controlled by your emotions, because that's really what it is most of the times when we're dealing in relationships with other people, okay? But just keep that in mind. And then you can turn it on and off. Water signs do this very well. That's how they can trick you into believing they love you and they got all these feelings for you, and you over here taking it serious. And they not serious like that. They can leave you in a heartbeat or a dime, because they're not really serious. They're just really playing on your emotions that you're allowing them to access. So keep that in mind. So we're going to continue on with this discrepancy, because when we left off, go look at the previous video I did before this if you don't know what I'm talking about. As I was getting out my cards and getting things set up and ready, 2 of Cups came out for you, Gemini. This is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm really trying. I got so much other stuff that I'm working on and doing. But I'm really going to try to make sure that I'm returning more frequently. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read a storyline. I'm going to read a storyline. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just getting something clear, the energy clear, the air cleared right now. But I'm going to go with a specific direction. And I'm doing this not focusing on the past. I don't know. Because I just keep getting this feeling like a lot of Gemini saying that they're over something, but they're not. I don't know. Guys, from my experiences that I've had, and regardless of the way I look, I've had a lot of interesting experiences. And it's never really just one-sided. And because of communication issues sometimes, I'm also an astrologer. I'm a professional astrologer who have read lots of charts, okay? It's been hundreds. And I am so blessed when I do these chart readings for my customers or people who reach out to me for them. They leave with a sense of enlightenment. They don't even, and it could be like a love situation or whatever they're going through. They leave with enlightenment. They don't even, when they walk in with confusion and they despise the other person, they realize, oh my gosh, like, this is a game in a way. And I mean, a game in the sense of, right, dang, like, oh, so this is my experiences I'm having via my chart, via what I came in here as or to deal with. So they get more of an understanding. And what I've seen time and time again is people that do not communicate the same, people that are not supposed to get married until like their 40s. So they get with people before that, get married, and then divorce. There's people that have multiple marriages because of this. So while I'm making this fun and, I'm going along with these storylines or whatever, I am well aware of the fact that I don't 100% believe in them. I don't really fault other people. I've gotten to the place where I'm like, well, I don't really fault other people for doing to me things that I'm allowing them to do to me. When you get to a certain level where you reach this understanding, you begin to do something. You begin to laugh at it. You begin to emotionally detach, boo. And I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm going to tell you guys how to do this even more. The problem, my discrepancy is I don't want to be telling people how to do this and then people thinking I'm playing games on them. No, it's really because a little bothers me like that. I'm aware of the fact that I got multiple suitors, multiple options at any given time. But I'm the magician, I'm trying to become the master magician. But what I also take into consideration, y'all, is that I don't ever want to purposely hurt anybody else. No, because you got those people that's consciously aware and aware of who they are and aware of their power, and you got those people that are not. So that's the only thing. I don't play games with other people, and I don't want them to feel like I'm playing games with them. I just notice when I see situations to where I'm like, yeah, I'm about to laugh at this. Okay. Let's get into the cards. Okay. So hold on, let's clean the table. I got stuff everywhere, y'all. And I'm always burning my furniture up with these daggone incense. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Let's kind of make it like this. Possibly. Okay. So I had it too close when I'm about to put this back in the deck. Okay. Let's get some positive cards real quick. Oh, I didn't think I finished saying this because we ain't got nothing but space, time, and opportunity here. So just chill. So check this out. We're not focusing. I'm doing these cards with the intent on focusing on the here and now. We're not focusing our energy on the past. We're not even really focusing our energy on anything negative. I'm just gonna keep it real. And when you say keeping it real, it just depends. That's still up to the person who's experiencing the situation. I'm not trying to take that from anybody, but I think as a Gemini, I can say this. I feel like each sign has its theme. And if you'll notice, water signs stay with the ability to make relationships with other people, especially like lovers. Water and earth. Fire, they do by proxy of, they're just more of the I'ma be and let be. They're the go-getters. They go for what they want. Air signs, not so much. I want you guys to think about this for a second because I be trying to teach y'all stuff while I'm doing these readings. That you're not, as an astrologer and as someone who has observed this in particular, that you're not really getting from a lot of people, but that's not the point. I'm just telling you, I be dropping some jewels to help you get in control of your manifestation. And what I've noticed, if you look at air signs, the least likely to be in relationships, if they are, they're more longer terms because they have individuals who are more into preserving the relationship. But at the same time, they kind of complain that the air signs are not available, are not really present, and kind of scatty in the situation. That don't mean that air signs are not good or great, awesome lovers. That's why we constantly get people, but we go back and forth. When you might be dealing with a sign or an energy that off top, if they're confused emotionally, they tend to be more drawn to, or they'll stick to someone that's more consistent in demeanor and behavior. This is just me coming from a place where I'm not placing the blame today. This doesn't make you wrong, but just listen to me. Because this is how you're preparing to detach emotionally, like really separating yourself emotionally from situations. I feel like that is a strong one right now. But, so what I'm saying is that they tend to either, and I'm gonna drop some jewels to y'all about men too, that a lot of women aren't paying attention to, that I have paid attention to. Because, and this is not about no chasing energy or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, because that's something I'm against, and it's sometimes a turn off for men. But you have to know how to do it. Men play, a lot of them do. They play because a lot of times they can. You will find those men that don't, though. But I'm saying they do. Even if they don't play at the beginning of the relationship, they play in the middle. They're going to try to get what they want. If they feel like they got what they want, okay, they're going to start playing. If they don't get what they want, they're going to be playing. Either they're playing in the beginning, the middle, or the end. Okay? And playing, I mean by doing things that's testing you, by sometimes pulling away, by sometimes not really being able to disclose things that's in their feelings or in their emotions, things like that. Okay? So, this is just something I'm going to start talking about. So, come here with me. So, when you take an air sign, and it's easy for us to detach a lot of times, we're detached a lot of times inside of our relationships, whether we know it or not. And that's a strength of ours, but it's also a weakness when it comes to relationships, because other signs a lot of times don't understand this. I've done it. If you look at my Butterfly Delight channel, I have tried to attempt to explain Geminis and the energy, and there's people time and time again that's like clueless because they don't get it. So we have a very big strength because of ours, because it's us, it's our twin, and we ignore people outside of us and our twin. Our twins ignore people. Our twins cater to each other. Our twins are in love with each other. And we kind of outcast other people. Sometimes, not meaning to though, our lovers, because we're well taken care of within ourselves. Okay, so with that being said, if you're dealing with another air sign, it can sometimes feel like you're not even really in a romantic connection. Sometimes, depending on the placements, and if you are, have you noticed it's hard to maintain it? Okay, because there's inconsistencies there's detachment that comes in, there's, scattered energy there. So sometimes you'll be in a relationship or some type of situation with an air sign, and it's more like friends. And then there's it's a lack of communication because both people get in their ego. And they're easy to get over each other. It's kind of like, dang, like I was in my feelings about this. I thought you were somebody important, but at the same time, it's like, do what it do, bruh. When you're dealing with water signs have a great capacity to try to manipulate the situation or to try to get a certain emotion from an air sign that shows them that they're not going to be hurt. Their feelings are not going to be hurt. Now, this is setting aside the fact that there's people of all signs that be on that F-ish, okay? We setting that aside for right now, but just hear me out. Sometimes you're dealing with water signs. Water signs, they'll do stuff. Because you got to remember, a lot of them are intuitive and they're very in tune with their partners. I've dealt with enough Scorpios and Cancers. I know. I have dealt with enough Scorpios and Cancers, especially when you're dealing with like a Scorpio or something like that. But this is what they do. They will do little things, manipulative things to try to test to see like if you're going to be faithful to them, should they commit to you, do whatever. And some of them need constant attention. I really feel like the Cancers a lot of time needs constant attention from their lovers. Something that we don't got time for a lot of times, okay? Pisces is the same thing. Pisces develops the ability to where they can keep their own space for a while, but at the same time, the water signs like attention. Air signs, it's like, okay, I like attention, but okay, I have my mind, I have a life of my own. I need a little bit of space. Don't you got something to do? How do you ever get anything done? Because we're talking to each other time, or you want to hear from me all the time, or you need my attention all the time. Therefore, water energy is idea for relationship energy. Water and earth. Fire and air is more about getting things done. And idealism, bringing in new stuff, getting things done, teaching, learning, educating. We don't got time to waste. Although a fire sign can apply their go-getter attitude towards things that they're working on and needing to finish, projects or whatever, and their relationships. Okay? But, so the most, and this is by way of the fact that this is the way that we've been taught to do relationships. Because we were in Piscean energy, water sign energy, their way of doing relationships was dominant at the time. And yes, we've exited out of that realm, but people still have to adjust themselves. So when you're dealing in air energy and fire, you're mostly dealing in brief passion or passionate, coming together for passionate spells of lovemaking, whatever you're working on together, however is done, and then detaching from it. So it's less about romance and more about space, learning oneself, not feeling connected with another unless it's just like real, like, okay, well, this got to be the real thing. We got to connect on a mental level too. This is the energy that we're in. So you're going to see by way of this energy, this is what's developing in the cards. And the reason why I'm telling you this is you gotta learn to understand that your interactions when it comes to another human being, it's not necessarily about the fact that the person is even trying to hurt you, or even if they are, how are you allowing them to do this? Why are you allowing them to do this? This is coming back to the self-love things or just the self-reflection thing. Okay? And another thing, you have to be aware of the fact that you're not, a lot of times when it comes to being a Gemini, it's not natural to just say it's all about romance when dealing in love. And people look for that. Your lovers look for that. And when they don't get it, they may be trying to hold on to the Gemini. They want you, whatever they want. They're trying to get your attention. When they don't get it, they're going to try to go for someone else's attention. And I'm not saying that you should change yourself because of it. I'm just telling you the real deal. Just by someone who studies energy alone. Because I'm tired of coming out here just reading the cards and you come get a 10-minute card read and you think you're doing something because you feel like you know what the other person is doing, and you go for a day or two feeling content just to be brought back into the same energy after that. You know? Because but really, it's about the reflection of ourselves. That's really what it's about. Now, I can stop this video and make another video because I feel like that'll be... Listen, it's a goal that I'm trying to reach and I'm almost there. And so it really don't matter. This is just something that I'm trying to put out there as a clarification. So I can stop this video and then start the video with the cards. But I'm telling you that if you see certain signs, like a Leo can stick in a relationship for a long time, whether it's good or bad. They can. And they'll look like the happily ever after situation. That it ain't really no happily ever after necessarily. They're just being delusional within their situation. But the delusion is, okay, well, I'm going to maintain my relationship no matter what. You see what I'm saying? A Gemini is more like, well, I'm not going to avoid the obvious. But is that so good when it comes to a relationship, though? I don't know. Yeah, it's good for being single. Think about it. I'm being serious. And what I'm saying is to any sign, all signs, it's not about saying put up with abuse and bullcrap. That's not what I'm saying. Because if you're thinking I'm saying that, you're in your feelings about what I'm saying, period. That's not what I'm saying. You can hear Geminis all the time saying they're happy about being alone or lonely, but they're really not. That other twin kicks in. Okay, a Gemini that wants their space. That's what a Gemini likes and wants their space. They need that, but they're not necessarily happy being lonely. You know? So, okay, so I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to then come back with the cards, okay? All right, peace.